Well, RelativeFinder is just pure fun, so I had to share it with you. If you are not familiar with RelativeFinder, it shows you how you are related to famous people. But we're going to get into that here in just a moment. Let me introduce myself. My name is Connie Knox. I am a lifelong genealogist here to help you go further, faster, and factually with your family history research. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that you get notified each time I upload a video. There is a website, a newsletter, and a Facebook page. Links for all of that are in the show notes below. There is a handout for this episode. For the information access level channel members, if you want to learn more, hit the join button below and you can learn more about it. We'll talk more about it at the end of the show. All right, let's jump over there and find out a little bit more about RelativeFinder. You're going to love this. Okay, I'm super excited about this. You're going to love this. Go to RelativeFinder.org. You have to have a FamilySearch account in order for this to work because it's built on the back end of FamilySearch's family tree. You need to have a FamilySearch account. When you go to RelativeFinder.org, it's going to ask you to log in. So when you log in, it's going to jump over straight to FamilySearch. And so you can log in there. And of course, FamilySearch is free and so is RelativeFinder. But you're going to love this. This is so much fun. So watch. All right. So once I log in, it pops me back over to RelativeFinder and it is calculating my relatives. It's going to show me who famous people that I'm related to. But warning, this is only as good as the FamilySearch tree is, which is a collaborative tree. We're all contributing to it. So if there are errors in the tree, then you may not be related to some of these famous people. So you're going to need to verify that. So occasionally you may see this pop up. It says it seems to be taking longer than usual to calculate your relatives. Sorry for the inconvenience. Most of the time this just pops up. You can refresh the screen and half the time it works. You're going to love this. Okay, it has finished processing and it has found a bunch of famous relatives for me. So if you scroll down, you can see just a ton of famous people. In fact, it says show more. I'm not going to do that right now because you can filter down. For example, if I want to see how many US presidents I'm related to, I can just click that button. It automatically updated. And now I can see how many US presidents I'm supposedly related to. Okay? Take a look at that. Holy cow. I'm 15th cousins with Thomas Jefferson. So now, again, remember, we have to prove these links. So once it loads, then you can scroll down and you can see the path. Now let's take a look at this really close. I'm going to scroll all the way down. This 15th cousin, right? Supposedly. So here I am, my parents, supposedly this goes up through my father's line, right? So it goes up through my father's line, up through my grandfather, my great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, keep going all the way up to the top. This is the common ancestors from the 1400s, apparently. Now remember, this is built on the back of the World Collaborative Tree, but it's kind of fun. And so we can follow the path all the way back down, bing, 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 down to Thomas Jefferson. So we are apparently 15th cousins directly. Now, I would want to, before I would go and claim that Thomas Jefferson is my 15th cousin, I would want to go and prove every single one of those links, right? Genealogy. You just want to do genealogy properly. So if we go back to my relatives, we get the full list that is still filtered as we had it. We could also filter it by, I don't know, declaration signers. We could filter it by entertainers. We could actually add more than one if we wanted to. We've got some church elders in here. We've got presidents' wives. We can see more groups. So if you want to see more groups, there's a whole list for you to play with. This is just pure fun. Now, I've got to tell you something new. This is also cool. What if, let's say I wanted to do this for my spouse, or I wanted to do this for some other person, a first cousin. You can go up here and you can click on Masquerade. Now you need to know the ID number of them in the FamilySearch family tree. So you'd have to jump over there and get that ID number, and I can do that right now and show you how that works. So I'm back over here on the FamilySearch tree, and if I want to pick up that ID so that I can masquerade as somebody else, I can click on a person and pick up that ID just by clicking on it and copy ID. It's copied. I come back over again at the drop down Masquerade and I paste in that number and I hit submit. And these are, so the person that I put in there was my father, and so these are the potential, I'm going to say potential on every one of these, the potential famous relatives for my father. And so if I want to see if he was related to European royalty, then I click on that button and I can see that he is supposedly related to all of these European royalty, which I guess in return would be mine too. So there you have it. RelativeFinder. It is just way too much fun to play with. Helen Keller, second cousin 4 times removed. Again, I could click through and see how I'm related to Helen Keller. Okay? There you have it. I hope that was helpful. I certainly have a lot of fun with it, but make sure that you verify those connections. As a reminder, there is a handout for this episode. You can learn more by clicking the join button, but basically, if you want to help support the channel, you can join at the support level and get early release of all the videos that I produce. And if you want to get the handouts for these episodes, join at the information access level and you can get all the handouts. You just scroll through the blog posts and find the ones that say handout on the community tab on the YouTube channel. All right, well, there are more videos on the screen for you now for your binge watching pleasure.